In one of my recent videos, I got a comment asking if I can do an editing tutorial on how I edit my videos, so that is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm kind of a beginner. Like the first time I used CapCut was when I made my first video. So I don't have Pro, but it's pretty good because a lot of people don't have Pro, and it's good to do a non-Pro tutorial. So this is for CapCut. So obviously first you're going to want to import a video. This is a clip, it's just a round of me playing MM2. First, so we're going to start with cropping, which is usually the first step I do when editing a video. So you're going to press the clip down here, and you're going to go to this right here. It would say resize. And so crop ratio here, you have like a bunch of options. If you want to do a short, you have to do 9:14. And for now, I'm just going to do the regular one. And then, okay, you're probably going to want to get rid of the white line at top and the black line at the bottom. So you're going to grab this and just like move it up. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you have that. And so this is my editing app. This is OBS. A lot of professional YouTubers use it. It's like pretty easy. Yeah, I have the clip right here, and you're going to want to like not show the recording app from when you record it. So you're going to like want to find, you're going to want to like So, okay, you're going to want to choose a different time for the clip to start, probably. So you press the clip, and you see this little, like, line here. We're just going to call it the line. You grab this side of the clip and bring it to the line, and then it's going to go over here. This is where your clip is now going to start. So mine's going to start with a fading in type of thing because M2 rounds fade in. Okay, so we're going to do text because text is pretty important. You go to text right here, and then you can do this. I've never really used this. I just do default text. You press it and you drag it to where you want the text to start. And it's kind of bad. I'm bad at like doing instructions, so I'm sorry if this is like terrible. And you're going to want to add like a text and whatever you want to put. I'm going to put so for the font, you can choose a like font by going to font, and then sorry, I'm kind of scrolled down. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna do the Comic Sans font, and then you can choose the color. I'm gonna keep the color as white, and then you can like you just like play around with the fonts for a little bit. You can change the size, but I just choose this. So blend, it kind of shows how much it shows. Stroke, you have to like press the check mark for something to show. And it kind of, you can't really see because like the color's black and the background is black, but it adds an outline. So I'm going to do a like stroke and then background, glow, shadow, curve. You just play around with it. And then animation. So you can make it fade in or fade out or like pop up, like do anything to like go in the clip. So I'm going to do fade in so it kind of fades in with the screen. So we have play a boring round of MM2 with me. And then we can do that whenever we want it to disappear. So I'm not going to keep the text in there just because this is an example. But if you want to like stop a clip, so for example, I want to stop where I ended my roll. What I used to do is like get rid of the clip and then like add the same clip again. I wasted so much time doing that. I did not know about the split tool. So you press split and then you basically have like the rest of the clip, but it's different. So if you were to like that's a bad example, move it, it wouldn't affect this. So you can go to like the same clip and just like skip past a part, I guess that's what you want to call it. Super useful. If you want to go back arrow, you really just have to play around with it and stuff. So we're gonna do, and then yeah, I can't speak. We're gonna do like clip fade in fade out. It's just the same thing as like text, but there are some different options, stuff like that. Okay, so when you're doing a short, you need to make sure that your clip is this size, 9:16 or smaller. So, I kind of struggled with this. That is why I have some 5-second videos that were supposed to be shorts. You need to make sure it's that like width. And okay, if you add in the clip and it's probably gonna be like the regular size, it might not work. So what I do, and before I add the clip, I go to templates and I just search like a random thing. So I'll search up, okay, so before we do that, we're probably gonna have to go to audio. So audio, you can search up a song that you want to add, but I feel like with CapCut, there's not really good options. Like if I search up Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter, it doesn't pop up. So it's just not like the best option. So what I do is I go to templates and search up the sound. So templates, you want something like, that scared me, there's a sound. Okay, you want to search something random. So I'm going to search up Radio Video Boogie with Suitcase because that was a trending song. And look, there's one the size, so I'll add it here. And I'll have to get rid of the clips, but like now the clip is that like short size, and then you can add your clip and it'll be the size for short, and then you can do 914 submit, and it's the perfect size. If you want like background music, template is good for that too. Effects, okay, we're gonna go to effects now because that's also quite important. So for effects, it kind of, you can do like flash bounce or like a ripple, or you can do like sparkles. If you're like doing an edit, effects are pretty nice. You do like sparkles, kind of just stuff like that. And then if you want to like see more or see less of your clip, you can use this tool right over here. It's just, yeah. Um, Really, those are like the basics. What you'll have to do is you'll just have to like play around with it a little bit and like find what style you like to do, because this is like a beginner tool and it's showing you like all the main like things you'll have to use. But if you don't want to have the audio, let me reword that. If you don't want to like be talking in the clip and you want to do like a voiceover, you're gonna want to click this microphone right here, and you'll have to like press that. For me, I don't use that. I might start using it, but I don't use that. I go to OBS and just film myself talking, but definitely use voiceover. Yeah, that's kind of like all you have to do. You know how to import clips, audios, text, stickers. It's kind of like, just stuff to put on your screen. Um, None of this stuff like transitions, it's kind of important, but like for me, I don't really use it. So that's kind of like the basics, what you need to know. If I like missed anything that you want me to go over, you can comment down below. And then when you're done, you just press export. So yeah, that's kind of like the basics, the beginner steps of editing. It'll get you through what you need to do to make a video. So yeah, if I missed anything, comment down, and that's really all I have to say today. Bye.